Hey there, welcome back to another practice. My name is Chastity and I'll be guiding you through your flow today. For today's class, we're going to be working on peak pose Surya Yantrasana. It's compass pose. It's a really fun pose. It is a little bit more on the advanced side, but it's really fun to see these postures and to just kind of see what's out there for your yoga practice and to see what the body is limbering up and strengthening towards. So with this being said, class today is going to be focused a lot on the side body and kind of the inner thighs, inner groin areas. So if you have tight legs or a tight lower back, you might want to have a couple of blocks nearby. You can also grab some straps, some blankets, pillows, anything like that that will help the practice feel a little bit more accessible and comfortable in your body. Grab anything that you need, and we're going to start right away in a child's pose. So setting up your knees nice and wide, big toes touching, sit the hips back towards your heels, walk the hands forward, melt the chest and the forehead down, coming into child's pose. And take a few moments here just settling in, focusing on the breath, allowing the breath to expand from the low belly, low back, into the rib cage, into the chest and the upper back, and then back down towards the navel. I'll give you a few moments here, just focusing on the expansion of your breath as the hips settle deeper towards the heels. Start to walk your hands over towards the right side of your mat as much as you can. Try to keep that left hip down. Maybe stack your left hand on top of the right hand and breathe into the left side waist. Breathe into those intercostal muscles, the muscles that are in between each rib. And then start to walk your hands over to the left as much as you can. Again, keep the right hip down. Maybe stack the right hand on top of left. Breathing into the right side. And then walk your hands back through center. Find your regular child's pose here. If you want to challenge yourself a little more, tense up the finger pads, lift the forearms and elbows off the mat. And imagine that your fingertips are pulling back towards the body, but they're not actually moving. Start to feel the navel scoop in towards the spine, especially at the bottom of your exhale. It's the idea that as you exhale, you're really emptying the air of lungs, so the navel will naturally pull back towards the spine. Keeping that engagement, let's come into tabletop, hands and knees. Now we're going to do a little chaturanga child's pose flow. So with that being said, your tabletop might be a little bit different of a setup. Knees might be a little bit wider, and that's okay. Get the weight over those finger pads. Chaturanga, just bend your elbows to a 90-degree angle. Press the mat away as you come back up and back to child's pose. So we're going to do that with the breath. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, come up. Exhale, child's pose. Now do that on your own. Just follow your breath. Pressing the mat away from you. Really feeling the weight into those finger pads. Warming up our core, warming up the shoulders, the muscles surrounding the shoulders. Warming up the arms, Starting to generate a little bit of inner heat here. Couple more rounds. Good. And then come to a tabletop position. Knees underneath the hips, shoulders over the wrist. You're going to kickstand the left toes back and just press through that left heel. Spread through your fingers. Take an inhale. As you exhale, squeeze the right knee towards your nose. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Step the right foot back. Take a moment here. Shake it out. Wiggle it out. Dance it out. Whatever you need. Inhale, come forward to a high plank pose, nice and strong through the body. Exhale, lower through chaturanga all the way down. Untuck the toes. Roll the shoulders down the back. Lift up head and chest, cobra. Exhale, lower. Press up to tabletop, hands and knees. Nice. Switching sides, kickstand the right toes back this time. Press through that right heel. You might get a little bit of a stretch along the ankle or the calf. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, left knee to nose. Squeeze it in. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to your high plank pose. Exhale, lower through chaturanga all the way down. Untuck those toes. Lifting up for your cobra pose. Shine the heart forward. Exhale, lower down. Press up through a tabletop to downward facing dog. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, lion's breath. Stick your tongue out. Nice job. Inhale, let's lift the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Now bend your knee and open up your hip, but keep the chest squared to the mat. Low belly scoops in. Just working that hip open. How much can you open the hip while keeping the chest square? One more inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, pull it in. Step the foot in between the hands. Left knee down. Anjaneyasana, sweep your arms up. Feel the right foot and the left knee hugging towards each other. And imagine that you could lift the front of your pubic bone up, lengthening through the side waist as you reach the fingertips up, up, up. Good. Now grab your left wrist with your right hand. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend over to the right. Feel those inner thighs hug together. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, hands down. You're going to step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Good. Feet can be hips width distant apart or big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Urdhva Hastasana, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands to heart. Let's flow through a vinyasa. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, sweep it up. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plank pose, step your feet back. Take an inhale and flow through vinyasa, lowering down, taking cobra, maybe upward facing dog if you feel ready, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Bend your knee, open up that hip, keep the chest square. Couple breaths here. Press the mat away from you with your hands. One more inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze it in. Step the foot in between the hands. Right knee down, Anjaneyasana, sweep your arms up. Good, set yourself up for success here. Good. Then we're gonna grab the right wrist with the left hand, bend over to the left. Nice little side body stretch. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up. Hands down, forward fold, right foot steps next to left. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Urdhva Hastasana, sweep those arms up, maybe look up. Exhale, hands to heart, Samastitihi. Let's move through a vinyasa. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, sweep it up. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Step your feet back and move through your vinyasa. Shine the heart forward, shoulders down the back. Navel scoops in, and that brings you to downward facing dog. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Good. Same flow, but a little bit different. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend your knee, open up that hip. One more inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your foot in between the hands. This time we're going to come up to a high lunge, crescent lunge, arms sweep up. If you need to modify, bend that back knee a little bit for stability. Reach up through those fingertips. Maybe bring palms together and look in between your thumbs. Good. From here, grab that left wrist with your right hand, bend over to the right side body stretch. Feel those feet energetically press down and hug towards each other. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Urdhva Hastasana, sweep those arms up. Samastitihi, hands to heart. Vinyasa again. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Take your vinyasa. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Inhale, left leg will lift, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, open up the hip. One more inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot in between the hands. Here we go, crescent lunge, high lunge. Sweep those arms up. Good. Couple more breaths here. You're going to grab your right wrist with the left hand, bend over to the left side body stretch. Good. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, scoop the belly in. Sweep those arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Arms alongside you, Tadasana. We're going to come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Feet can be together or hips width distant apart, whatever floats your boat today. Bend your knees, sweep the arms down and up. Find your chair. Now really imagine that you're sitting in a chair. Sit those hips back, tailbone down, and then lift the back of your heart up. Maybe even bring the palms together and look in between your thumbs. The toes are nice and light. One more inhale. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, take your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. We're going to step the right foot to the right thumb, left heel down. Set yourself up for warrior one. Sweep your arms up. Now for warrior one, your chest, your torso is trying to square towards the front of your mat. Press down through that left heel as you reach up through the fingertips. Maybe bring palms together and look in between the thumbs. One more inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms behind you. Interlace your fingers or grab opposite elbows. Feel the shoulder blades pinch together. Lift your chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, humble warrior. Fold to the inside of your right thigh. Pull that right hip crease back. Breathe here. Good. Keep your arms, but lift up halfway. Just halfway. Start to spiral onto the ball of that back foot, so you're in kind of a low lunge position. Warrior three, lift your left leg up. You could point or flex the foot, doesn't matter. Just a long line of energy from head to foot. Woo, keep those arms. One more inhale. Exhale, low lunge, release the hands down to the mat. Beautiful. Left knee down, reach the right arm up. Two options, you could take a half bind here, or kick the left foot in, grab that foot, coming into a quad stretch. Make sure your right knee is tracking over the ankle. One more inhale. Exhale, release whatever you have. Hands to the inside of your right foot. Heel toe the right foot off to the side of your mat. Now you can stay here on the hands. You can also take blocks underneath your hands. Or you could come down to your forearms. Lizard lunge stretch here. Navel's drawing in. Try to look in between the thumbs or towards the front of your mat so the heart is still shining forward. Good. Okay. Option to take this into a bind, or you could just work towards it. Let's come back up to the hands to start. Okay. So you're going to take your right hand, grab the back of your right heel, and then snuggle your shoulder underneath the right knee. Now you might stay here. You might bring the hands out to the side. You might lift those arms like a flying lizard. Or you could bind, grabbing the fingertips behind the back. You can also use a strap here and have the strap in both hands. Try to look forward. Low belly in. Wherever you are, you have the option to tuck the left toes under. Lift that back left knee. Breathe. Feel the feet energetically hug towards each other. Nice strong straight back leg. Navel in. Breathe. Good. If your back knee's lifted, lower it back down. Wherever you are, release. Hands to the inside of that right foot again. Now keep your hands on the inside of the foot. Shift your hips back like a wide half splits. Hands on the inside. Maybe walking the hands forward. Maybe you have blocks under your hands. Flex your right foot. Navel scoops in as you exhale. Good. Bend back into that right knee. We're going to step back to a high plank pose and take our vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Second side. Step your left foot to the left thumb. Right heel down. Warrior one. Sweep those arms up, squaring the chest to the front of your mat. Really feel the pinky side edge of your right foot pressing down as you bend deeper into that left knee. Maybe looking up and bringing the palms together. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms behind you. Opposite interlace, opposite thumb on top or opposite forearm on top. Pinch those shoulder blades together, lift your heart, take an inhale. Exhale, humble warrior, fold to the inside of your left foot. Navel drawing in, left hip pulling back. Good. Keep your arms, but lift up halfway. And start to lift the back right heel, so a low lunge variation. Good. From here, warrior three, lift that right leg up. Keep your arms if you can. Flex or point that right foot. Navel draws in, try to square off your hips, but use the strength of your hamstring to lift that right leg a little higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, low lunge, release your hands down to the mat. Right knee down. Reach your left arm up. Two options, take a half bind or kick the right foot in, grab your foot, coming into that quad stretch. One more inhale. Exhale, release that foot down if you have it. Release the bind if you have it. Both hands on the inside of your left foot. Maybe take the foot a little bit over towards the left if you need extra space. Stay here or use your blocks or come down to forearms. Heart shining forward. Breathe into that outer hip. Breathe into any sensation that might be arising in the body. Good. Stay here or work that fun little bind. Coming back up to the hands. Grab your left heel with your left hand. Kind of snuggle the left shoulder underneath the left knee. Stay here. Place the hands down. Maybe lift the arms, flying lizard, or take a bind with your strap or grab for the fingertips. Low belly scoops in. Look towards the front of your mat. Wherever you are, maybe tuck the right toes under and lift the back right knee. Feel the left knee drive forward and the right heel drive back. One more inhale. Release the right knee down. Release whatever version of the bind you have. Hands back on the inside of your left foot. Shift your hips back. Straighten that left leg. Wide half splits. Maybe walk the hands forward. Little tiny micro bend in your left knee, just so we're not hanging out in that knee joint so much. Good. Bend back into that left knee. Nice and strong here. Step back to high plank. and take a vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look in between your hands. Hop, float, or step the feet forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Bend your knees, sweep those arms down and up. Keep the palms together, but straighten your legs. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend over to the right. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, bend over to the left. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, fold all the way down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, vinyasa or skip it. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale through the nose. Lion's breath. Stick out your tongue. Good. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze the left knee to the left armpit. Hold and hover. Squeeze the left knee to the right armpit. Inhale, three-legged dog. Two more. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Left knee, right armpit. Three-legged dog. Left knee, left armpit. Left knee, right armpit. This time, step that left foot out to the side. Spiral the right heel down. Right arm reaches up. Fallen triangle. You got it. Breathe. Now some of you are going to stay here. Or we're going to work 3 hip dips. So dip the left hip down, pick it back up. Dip it down, pick it up. One more, dip it down, pick it up. Bring the right hand down for a moment. Keep sliding that left leg out until you can kind of pivot through the hips. So you're in like a wide-legged seat. Legs kind of out on a diagonal here. Good. Right hand down the left leg. Reach the left arm up and over. Side body stretch. Inhale, come all the way up. Switching sides, left hand down, right arm up and over. Inhale, come all the way back up. Good. Reversing that movement. So hands down towards the front of your mat. Scoop the low belly in. Lift your hips. Three-legged dog. Sweep the left leg up and back. Open up that hip. Stay here. Or working a flip dog. Come forward a little bit. That left foot's going to find the floor. Lift your hips. Lift your chest. Flip your dog. One more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, squeeze it in. Step the foot in between your hands, low lunge. Now we're going to do a little yogi walk here, kind of walking towards the right. Left toes turn in, right toes turn out. Start to bend into that right knee. You might stay here. You might come all the way down to skandasana, where the left foot flexes. Good. Hands to heart. Breathe. Feeling the right thigh press back. Good. Right arm in front of the right leg, hand down. Reach that left arm up. Option to sweep the arm over the ear for a side body stretch. Good. Left hand back down if it's lifted. Take your yogi walk all the way back towards the front of your mat, bending into that left knee. Step back to plank pose and take a vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Good. We're going to do that on the second side. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Right knee, left armpit. Inhale, three-legged dog. Two more, right knee, right armpit. Right knee, left armpit. Three-legged dog. Last time, right knee, right armpit. Right knee, left armpit. Step that right foot out to the side. Spiral the left heel down. Reach the left arm up. Fallen triangle. Beautiful job. Stay here or 3 hip dips. Dip the right hip down and pick it up. 2 more. Dip it down. Pick it up. Last one. Dip it down. Pick it up. Left hand down for a moment. Keep sliding that right foot out. Pivot through the hips. Come into your seat. Good. This time, we're going to walk ourselves forward. You don't have to go far. Just go until you feel something and just pause and breathe there. And start to walk yourself back in. Good. Reversing that transition, hands to the front of your mat. Scoop the navel in, pick up your hips. Let's step back to downward facing dog. And then lift that right leg up. Bend your knee, open up the hip. Stay here or flip your dog. Shift forward a little bit. Right foot finds the floor. Lift your hips, lift the chest. One more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, step that foot in between the hands. Find your low lunge, and then take your yogi walk to the back of your mat, turning the left toes out, bend into that left knee, maybe flex the right foot up, keep coming down into Skandasana. Maybe bring hands to heart to work the balance. Breathe. Good. Stay here or moving on. Left arm in front of the left leg, hand down. Right arm reaches up. Maybe sweep the arm over the ear. Find that little side body stretch. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand back down. Walk yourself back to the front of your mat. Find that yogi lunge. Find that low lunge. I guess it's a yogi lunge. And then step back to plank pose and take a vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Beautiful work, everyone. We have one more flow. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, squeeze it in and step the foot in between the hands. Right heel spirals down, warrior two, open the arms up and out. Good. And find that heel to arch alignment. Nice and strong through your legs. The hips are on a diagonal, but the torso is twisting towards the wall or direction that you're facing, that your body is facing.
Good. Straighten that left leg. Reverse Trikonasana, right arm down, left arm up. Option to take a half bind here with that right arm. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, bring the torso back up. Trikonasana, left arm forward, left arm down, right arm up. Little tiny micro bend in this left knee. Good. Start to bend into your left knee. Left forearm to thigh, right arm stays up, shoulders down. Bend deep into that left knee. Feel the hips kind of sink down. Then maybe drop the hand to the floor or to a block on the inside of your left thigh. Right arm sweeps up and over. Stay here or take a half bind with your right arm. Or come into a full bind, grabbing the fingertips or a strap. Good. Slowly release your arms if you have it. Low lunge, cartwheel the hands down. Right knee down. Anjaneyasana, sweep those arms up. Exhale, half split, straighten that left leg, flex the foot. Option to turn the left toes out here for a little bit of a different sensation. Good, bend into that left knee again. Step back to plank pose and take your vinyasa. Downward facing dog, take a deep breath in. Lion's breath, stick out your tongue. Beautiful. Second side, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze it in and step that foot in between the hands. Left heel down. Warrior two, sweep those arms up and out. Settle in. Your warrior two can feel just as relaxing and easeful as a child's pose or even as downward facing dog. Find where you can relax, release. Let the legs do all the work here, or at least 90% of the work. Good. Straighten your right leg, reverse Trikonasana, left arm down, right arm up and over, or take that half bind. Good. Come all the way back up. Trikonasana, right arm forward and down, left arm up. Good. Right knee bends, right forearm to the thigh, shoulders down, tailbone drops down, pubic bone picks up. Maybe drop the right hand to the floor or block on the inside of that right leg. Sweep that left arm over ear. Maybe take a half bind. Maybe take a full bind, option to use your strap. Feel your feet press down and hug towards each other as you open the heart up. Good. Release that bind if you have it.
Cartwheel your hands down, low lunge. Left knee down. Anjaneyasana, one inhale. Exhale, half splits. Ardha Hanumanasana. Right foot flexes. Maybe turning the right foot out, working a little bit of a different sensation. Good. Bend back into that right knee. Step back to plank pose. Take your final vinyasa. Flow it out. Let it go. Let go of the drama. Take an inhale through your nose. And sigh it out. Let it go. Good. Lower the knees down. Sit back on the heels for a moment. Close your eyes. Let the energy settle through the body. Observing the subtle differences that are taking place, not only in the body, but in the mind and in the breath as well. Allow yourself to just be in this moment. Beautiful. All right, let's work some camel poses, Ustrasana. You might want a blanket under your knees if you have sensitive knees. Otherwise, just come to a kneeling stance and have your legs hips width distant apart. We'll tuck our toes under to start. Take your hands to the low back, fingertips point down, kind of on the sacrum area. Hug those elbows back. Navel pulls in, but we're pressing the hips forward, lifting the chest. Maybe drop the head back. Modified camel. On an inhale, come all the way back up. Good. You can keep these hands or flip the palms so the fingertips are facing up the back. Elbows together. Press those hips forward. Lift the chest up. Maybe drop the head back. And slowly come back up. Good. All right, you can keep your hands on the back. We're going to take one more camel. Or different variation, hands to heart. Press those hips forward, lift the chest. Swim one arm back, reach your heel. Swim the other arm back, reach your heel. Press those hips forward. Ustrasana, camel pose. Good. Wherever you are, hands to the back or hands to heart, come all the way up. Untuck those toes. Sit back on the heels for a moment. Take a moment for yourself. Sometimes it feels good to kind of wiggle side to side. Beautiful work. Let's find a seat on the mat. Woo. Good. All right. I'm going to work those outer hips a little bit more, coming into a double pigeon pose. I'm going to show double pigeon first, and then I'll give you some modifications in case double pigeon doesn't work for you today. For double pigeon, start with the right leg. The right ankle comes over the left thigh. Now, it's not on the knee. This is very important. Don't put your foot or ankle on the knee. It's going to go above the knee, okay? Flex your feet, and it's fine if you have space here. I have space here, it's fine. You can slide like a rolled up blanket or even a block underneath there if you need a little extra support. If this doesn't work today, take Sukhasana. Right leg crosses in front. The feet are underneath the knees, okay? So those are your two options. Find what feels good for you. You can also put a pillow, blanket, or block underneath your seat to elevate the hips. Wherever you do go, flex those feet. Maybe you stay with an upright spine or start to walk yourself forward. Breathe.
Try to relax the jaw, relax the muscles in the face. Deep belly breaths. Good. Now you can stay here if this is feeling good. Or come back up to the hands. Take your right leg and you're going to cradle it. You take the sole of the right foot kind of into that elbow crease of the left arm. Right arm wraps around, kind of interlace your fingers, still flexing the foot. It's just like you're cradling that right leg. You can start to walk this left foot a little bit closer towards the right hip. All right, we're going to start to move into our Surya Yantrasana compass pose. So from this cradle position, remember when we were in our lizard pose and we were trying to snuggle our shoulder underneath the knee crease? This is what you're going to do here. You're going to take your right leg, lift it, and you're going to snuggle that right shoulder underneath the knee. Now you can absolutely stay here. All right? Or moving to Surya Yantrasana, your left hand's going to go on across the top of your right foot. You're going to grab the pinky side edge of your foot. You could stay here. Or right hand down to brace yourself. Here we go. Start to straighten that right leg. You're going to peek underneath the left armpit. Surya Yantrasana compass pose. Navel still scooping in. Maybe looking up. Good. To come back down nice and slowly, just like you got up, reversing it. Bend that knee, wiggle the shoulder out. Ooh, shake it out, let it go. Nice. So it is an advanced posture. Don't worry if it's not coming to your body today. It's absolutely okay. Just something to work towards. Good. And we'll switch sides. So setting up for either Sukhasana or double pigeon pose. Flex the feet wherever you are. And when you're ready, start to walk yourself over. Just breathe here. Surya Yantrasana compass pose it's actually one of my favorite postures, but it did take me a while to get it. It probably took me almost a full year of, practicing every week to feel that pose in my body. So don't beat yourself up if it didn't come today. Or if you do have compass pose, but you couldn't quite get there today, that's okay. Our practice is different every time we step onto the mat. And that's really the beauty of the practice, and that, it reminds us that our yoga practice really mirrors our everyday life, right? Every day you wake up, it's a different day. Different things happen, different connections happen. And it's the same way with our practice. Every day is different. Every day the body is in a different space. The body is kind of holding on to different emotions. There's different stagnant energy that needs to be released. So be kind to yourself. Show yourself a little bit more compassion in your practice. Good. Start to come back up to the hands. We're going to come to that cradle position first. Right foot goes to the right elbow crease, left arm around, interlace the fingers. Take this right foot, kind of walk it towards the outer left hip here. Just cradle that leg like a little baby. Good. You could stay here. Or working towards that compass pose, kind of grab for the calf and the ankle. You're going to snuggle that left shoulder underneath the left knee. Right hand goes on top of the foot. Grab the pinky side edge of your left foot. Left hand down, start to straighten that left leg. Look underneath
the right armpit. Compass pose. Good. Slowly start to release that leg nice and slow. Good. Unravel the leg. Shake it out for a moment. Let it go. Ooh, good job. Really good job. All right, let's start to cool down here. Legs stretched out in front of us. Flex the feet. Wiggle side to side. Make sure you can feel those sit bones. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. You can bend your knees here. You can sit onto a couple of blankets or blocks. You could use a strap. And slowly roll up through the spine. Really good work. Let's come onto our backs. No fancy way to get there today. Just coming right onto the back. We'll hug the knees into the chest and give ourselves a little squeeze. Rocking side to side maybe. Maybe you want to stir the knees around or circle the ankles or just stay in this little hug. We'll come to a supine twist here. Let your legs fall over to the right. Supine twist. Left shoulder blade stays down. And come back up through center. Let your legs fall to the left. Supine twist, second side. And come back up through center. Let's take happy baby. Grab the pinky side edges of your feet. Option to straddle the legs or maybe just straighten one leg at a time. And hug your knees back into your chest. Wrap your arms around the legs. Bring the forehead up towards the knees. Really curl yourself to a tight little ball here. Take an inhale through the nose. Hold the breath. Hold it. Squeeze it. Exhale, Shavasana, final resting pose. Take up some space here. Let the palms face up. All the work is done. All you have to do now is rest and allow all of the information that you just gave your strong, beautiful, capable mind and body. Just allow all the information to marinate. And this is where I'm going to leave you today. I encourage you to stay for at least 3 minutes in your Shavasana. If you have the time, then stay longer. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today, but most importantly, for sharing the practice with yourself. And I'll end with a mantra. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, meaning may all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may my words, thoughts, and actions contribute to those being happy and free. Namaste.